Well, guess I'm in the mood to make a few videos today. Thought I'd show you guys today how to cut in basically the edge of the ceiling. So I textured the ceiling and now I'm going to paint it. I primed the whole ceiling within about a couple inches or a few inches from the wall, and basically did that just because I wanted to get most of the ceiling primed, but yet I wanted to start cutting it in somewhat quickly. So I didn't necessarily need to prime the whole thing, but I did. So here you go. Basically what I'm going to do here and how I cut the ceilings in, I'm using a Purdy brush, or actually I guess this is a Wooster Pro. And it's a 2.5 inch brush. I use several different brushes, Purdy's, Woosters, that kind of thing. So essentially what I do is I'll hold the paint can in my left hand and I hold the paintbrush in my right hand. The biggest thing when you're cutting in these ceilings is you want to, or at least this is how I do it, everybody's different, so this is my technique, is I dip the brush in the bucket or in the can of paint, and then I wipe the backside off against the edge of the paint, and so, or against the edge of the can. And so basically I don't have any paint on the backside, but I have it on the top side. So, and I hold my brushes kind of like so, or like this. So basically what I'm trying to do is I'm going to cut in this edge here, cut in the edge where the ceiling meets the trim molding. And this will be a separate color, but I'm going to put the ceiling color or paint the ceiling color onto the molding just a hair. Then I'll come back and I'll mask off the ceiling, caulk the edge of it, and then I'll paint this crown molding. So I'm also wearing a headlight, which is huge. You can really see a lot more with them. So I covered that in the last video I did. So here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'll go ahead and dip it. I mean, I have some paint on the top of my brush, but I'll go ahead and dip it and then wipe the backside off. I'm going to turn my headlight on for a second. And basically all I'm trying to do is I'll put the paintbrush up to the edge, and I'm cutting in the edge where basically you can't get your roller to meet the crown molding. So I try to do it with a little bit of finesse, and I'll do basically a 2 foot section at a time or so. And then so I'll do basically 2 feet or so, and then I'll wipe my brush off real quick against the edge of the can, like so. And then I'm just going to kind of lightly smooth it out. Just make sure there aren't any kind of wet edges so it's nice and smooth. I'll do at least 2 coats generally. So I'll give you guys one more demo how I do it. So I dunk it in the can and I wipe it against the edge. So basically the paint's only on one side once again. And then I'm just kind of coming up to the edge. So I'll just keep doing this all the way around the ceiling, and then kind of blending it in as I go. And I don't put a ton on my first coat. I would call it like a medium coat, just for something for the paint to grab to, and so give you a nice substrate for your next coat, and then you could put a nice medium wet coat. I do a medium coat because it's easier to smooth it out and gives it something to tack to, and B, your first coat will dry a lot faster. So if you put your first coat on lighter, it dries faster and you can put your second coat on quicker. Then I put a nice wet coat. I used to try to do it in 1 coat, and I know some paint manufacturers claim 1 coat, but I really believe that just doing 2 coats is the best way to go. So here's basically how to cut in a ceiling, or I guess cut in anything with a paintbrush. So hope you guys are having a good day, and we'll see you in the next one.